I'm Maximilian Joseph Marolda, and I went to high school at Lincoln-Sudbury. I am a Machinist Apprentice at Rolls-Royce Naval Marine in Walpole, Massachusetts. I definitely did not have a sense when I was younger what I wanted to do, and I felt like Lincoln-Sudbury was a very high-performing high school, and just the natural path after high school was to go to college. So that's what I did my first year. I applied to a bunch of schools, got into a few, went to it, and then struggled a little bit because I truly wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I always thought of myself as like a very hands-on kind of person. I don't know if we had any work-study internship programs in high school. I wasn't aware of anyone that was doing that. So I went to Loyola University in Maryland. I definitely loved the college vibe there, and I was starting to do engineering, and pretty quickly I found out it was a ton of work. It was pretty difficult, and really required you to put in the extra hours late into the nights, and I just don't feel like at that point in my life I was ready to do that. So after a year I left and kind of decided to work a little bit, get into the workforce, kind of get a feel for that before I decided what I wanted to do. It was definitely difficult at the time to drop out, but I think it helped me out in the long run. After college, I worked, I was an assistant manager at Olympia Sports, so I worked retail, dealing with customers, also with taking some classes at a local community college. My dad always kind of had a sailboat, so I kind of loved working on that with him, rigging it, and Rolls-Royce Naval Marine, they make propellers here, so I thought that was a good place to apply to. My entry-level position was a surface prep technician. So that's a blade grinder. So we work with a 7-inch grinding disc, and we grind the pattern into the finished blades. I really enjoyed it pretty instantly. It's definitely, that job is kind of like an artwork. It's something that takes time, but you'll just slowly get better at it. Pretty physical job. You're holding a pretty heavy piece of equipment for long hours, but something I enjoyed doing. I always wanted to kind of keep progressing in the company, so I decided to take machining courses through Wentworth Institute of Technology. So I started that, and that kind of allowed me to start an apprenticeship here. Being an apprentice machinist means you're getting a lot of hours on site, real work experience. The full apprenticeship is 3 years. And then there's also a required amount of class time that goes along with it, which I was taking classes, but then COVID hit, so they got canceled for a little bit, but those will probably start back up in September. The important thing about being an apprentice is being very flexible. Part of your job is to learn as much as possible. So that could be here in Walpole, working in the small machine shop with smaller parts, reading blueprints and making the part to the design, or it could be training with another machinist on a larger machine, or a lot of the times I'm already trained on one machine, I'll just be running that by myself. One thing I'd say about working in manufacturing is you get to work hands-on with the parts. You're not stuck behind a desk. So there's usually a lot going on, a lot of action, a lot of moving parts. Everyone in the factory is kind of in the loop of where things need to go once they've completed one process, because you really have to work as a team. Without having a degree, I can become a machinist after finishing my apprenticeship. You can also grow outside of the machinist position. Rolls-Royce is very supportive in helping you pay for classes if you do want to progress school, and then you can move into different positions in the factory, whether that's management or leadership roles, or it could be with the engineering team as an engineer, programmer, designer. In our world today, I see a lot of people being successful just doing what they love to do and not feeling the pressure of having to go to college and then searching for a job. So I guess I would say it's important to find what you're passionate about and do that in whatever way it takes you. Don't feel pressured to rush into anything. Everyone's going to take a different path in their life. So even after college, I know a lot of people take gap years to figure out what they want to do. And that could also help you prepare you for college. Or if you know you don't think you'll be successful or enjoy college, there definitely are degree opportunities, certificate opportunities outside of college where you can take classes in lower pressure environments, which will progress you towards a job in that field.